Hi guys, I have been using the boox 𝖘𝖚𝖓𝖐 Gen 2 for about 3 days now. I was going to wait for a week to do a review, but I think I know everything. I am ready to do my review now, so let's get into it. So this is the boox 𝖘𝖚𝖓𝖐 Gen 2. This is how I have it decorated, and I have a pros and cons list, so let's just go through them really quickly. For starters, let's go through the pros. Obviously, we can do like it has buttons and it has colors. Those are the obvious where you know just by looking at it. But it is extremely lightweight. Like this thing feels like I have nothing in my hands, and I love that. As someone who has pain in her wrists and her hands from holding up books, this is so nice. It is so lightweight. I love using this in bed or when I'm just trying to lay down on the couch or on flare-up days where holding anything hurts. This doesn't hurt. It is so nice. There's also a slot on the side that you can put a micro SD card in. So the device itself has 64 gigabytes, and I believe it can hold up to 1 terabyte in the micro SD. Right now I have 128 gigabytes in there, and honestly, I don't think I'm gonna need any more than that because that is way more storage than I even can think of using. So love that. And then the obvious, this runs on Android, so you can download any app on the Google Play Store. So I have Libby, I have Hoopla, I have Audible, I have my Kindle app. Anything on the Google Play Store, you can download on here. I haven't tested out like any sort of games or social media because for me, this is just going to be an e-reader and that's it. So I've really only tested out Audible, Libby, Hoopla, and the Kindle app, and that's it. The size, honestly, I'm not mad about at all because my favorite Kindle was my Kindle Oasis. And so this just really reminds me of that when it comes to like size wise. And so I love the size, but if you want a comparison, so this is the books and this is the Kindle Colorsoft. So it's not that much difference. It's just taking a little bit off the top and putting it onto the side. Speaking of the side, the charging port is on the side. And honestly, I love that because it's kind of stays out of the way if I need to charge it while I'm reading it. Speaking of charging as well, I love how fast this thing charges. It charges up so fast, and it also has the battery percentage. I don't think you can see it, but it has the battery percentage in the corner when it's like in sleep mode. And when it's charging, it also tells you how far it's charged, which is so nice because on my Kindle, I have to unlock it to see how far it's charged. But this one, I can just look right here. I don't even have to touch it. The last pro that I'm going to touch on is the fact that you can have screensavers. I found this picture on Pinterest. I sent it to my books, which is very, very easy because I have an app and it's called Books Drop. And all you do is you scan the QR code with your phone and you can send any file you want over. And then there is the screensaver app where you can go in, change your screensaver, and just kind of fine tune the settings that you want. So if you want the time, if you don't want the battery percentage, you can do that. And I love it. I love how much I can customize this device. But now let's go into the cons. The first con that I found with this device, the setup. The setup is horrendous. It is so annoying. It takes forever. You have so many settings because you have the e-ink settings for the device, but then each app also has their own e-ink settings, and it can be a lot, okay? It can be a lot. I still have not fully perfected my settings, but I have one setting that I like to use for when I'm reading and one that I like to use when I'm taking pictures of it or just looking through the library. I think I finally fine-tuned 2 separate sets of settings, and that's good enough for me because these settings are awful. The setup was awful, but honestly, worth it. And then we also have the lack of cases. Obviously, this is not a Kindle, so there aren't a lot of cases. There are a decent amount, and like I have seen some really cute ones, but sometimes if you see a really cute Kindle case, it won't be for the books. So you have to remember that yes, there are a decent amount of cases, but if you see a really cute Kindle one, chances are you're not gonna be able to find it for the books. And then one con that I don't know if it's a con for everyone, but the lock button being on the bottom, I'm used to it because of the Kindle. I just kind of hate that. And to be fair, because I'm reading like this, I haven't had any instances where it locks in the middle of me reading. So I guess it's not really a con because it hasn't come up for me yet. I just think I would rather have it like maybe on the side. I don't know where I'd prefer it, but it's on the bottom. And so that might be a con for some people. Another con that might not be a con for everyone is the price. So I got mine from Amazon. I got the device, a 2-pack of screen protectors, and the clear case for $315. I know that's not a lot for everyone, but for some people who just want to have an e-reader, that can be a lot. So just know that it is a kind of pricey device. The next con is the battery life, but obviously it's not going to have the same battery life as my colorsoft because this is strictly an e-reader. It is a Kindle. I might be using this strictly as an e-reader, but it's not. It is running on Android. It can literally download anything from the Google Play Store, like I said. So the battery life is not going to be as good. I've had it for 3 days now. I did quite a bit of reading on it, and it was down to like 30%. So I just charged it back up to 100%. And right now I haven't done anything with it and it's at 98, but that doesn't really bother me too much. And honestly, even if I had to charge this every single day, I wouldn't care because I charge my phone overnight. Why couldn't I charge this overnight? So the battery life doesn't really affect me that much because I'll just charge it when it needs to be charged and I'll charge it overnight. So it might be a con for some people if you like to read a lot and you don't want to charge it as often. But for someone like me, I don't care about charging it overnight. It's just another device to plug in at the end of the day. And the last con is that it is a little bit grainy. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. I'll try to add some clips at the end of like the screen and stuff like that. Personally, I don't really mind the graininess because I knew going into it that colored e-ink is going to be a little bit grainier than just standard e-ink. And I knew that because of my colorsoft. And so it is a little bit grainy. Some people won't like that. I will try to show you guys the graininess with my back camera. Overall, those are all the pros and cons. After using this for 3 days, I really, really love this device. I think it is so useful. I love that I can customize it a lot. And I love that now I can go on Hoopla and I can read ebooks that they have on there and not have to read it on my iPad or on my phone. So I really, really like this device. It did take like a day to fine tune the settings and figure out how I wanted everything. But overall, I really, really enjoy this device and I haven't reached for my colorsoft at all. This is actually the first time that my colorsoft came out of my nightstand since I've gotten this, and it was just to show you guys the comparison. So I really like this device. If you are thinking about getting one and you have the extra money or you have the money to get it, I highly recommend it. If you have any questions about it, my DMs are open, or if you want to comment on here any questions that you have, I can try my hardest to help you guys. But that is all from me. I love this device and I am so happy that I finally got it.